Morning and welcome to our thought for the day. I want to read you an amazing verse from Luke chapter 10, and it's verse 42, and it says this: "But one thing is needful, and Mary has chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her." The little title I've given to my thought this morning is this: priorities in the right place. Priorities in the right place. And I want us to think about our priorities, perhaps for the next few mornings. And I want us to look in particular at the little phrase, one thing. One thing. What a great passage of scripture it is that we just read. And it would do you good to read the rest of the chapter. You see, we read that Jesus had raised Lazarus from the dead, and there was great excitement that fills the house of Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. And can you blame them being excited? People came from far and near just to see if they could catch a glimpse of Lazarus, the one that was dead but now was alive, but also to try and catch a glimpse of the one who gave him new life. Or for that to be our testimony, that people will come to see the one that God has given new life to, you and I, in our salvation since we've met Jesus. Also, they wanted to see what had took place in the life of Lazarus. Excitement filled the house. And wherever Jesus is, there's always excitement. Wherever the true presence of God is, there's always excitement. You see, we are told in this passage that Lazarus sits with his eyes fixed on Jesus. Can you blame him? What a lesson that is we need to learn this day, to keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. And if we keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, all will be well. And then we are told about Mary. And it said, Mary sits at the feet of Jesus, drinking in every word that he had to say. And then we are told about Martha. And Martha, we are told, is in the kitchen. And she's overcome by all the responsibility of cooking for all the friends and the guests and the people that are in the house. And she looks to see where her sister is, and there she finds Mary sitting at the feet of Jesus, almost as if she has no cares whatsoever. And you know what? Martha became annoyed. And she says to Jesus in verse 40, "Dost thou not care that my sister hath left me to serve alone?" And then the voice of Jesus. She was annoyed and she was angry. She felt that she was doing all the work when Mary was simply doing nothing. Then the voice of Jesus was heard, and he would deal with something in Martha's life that needed to be dealt with. And you know, when you hear the voice of Jesus, it will deal with something in your life that needs to be dealt with. And once it's dealt with, then you'll experience great blessing. He says this, he says, "Martha, Martha," he says, "thou art careful and troubled about many things, but one thing is needful, and Mary has chosen that good part which shall not be taken away from her." In other words, Jesus was saying, what you're doing is good, Martha, and I appreciate it, but you need to get your priorities right. When it comes to cooking and preparing food or sitting and listening to my voice, the right thing to do is sit and listen to the voice of Jesus. Listen to what I have to say to you. You need to get your priorities right. I wonder, is that you today? Or you say, all that I'm doing is right. I'm concerned about people. I'm concerned about my employment. I'm concerned about all sorts of things. But you need to hear the voice of God today. That's what will make the difference for you and for your family. You spending time at the feet of Jesus. If not, then your time is wasted. The best time spent is the time spent at the feet of Jesus. If you are going to be effective in your witness for Christ, you need to hear the very voice of God. One thing is needful. And today we all need to hear the voice of God, and you will see the difference that it makes. Get your priorities in the right place. One thing is needful. I look forward to speaking with you again tomorrow morning. God bless you.